Hey guys, it is Doctor Jennifer, and we are here with What Sold Sunday. It's going to be long. I'm just warning you ahead of time. Um, I've done 3 Posh shows in the last week or last 2 weeks. And it's been almost, I think, just about a week. It's been a lot better than whatnot. That's all I'm going to say. I do need to do a video comparing Poshmark shows to whatnot. When I get a chance, which I don't know when that will be, I will do that. Maybe when I'm staying in a hotel this week for work, I will film some stuff. But this week or the last 2 weeks, what sold on Poshmark, I didn't have any other sales anywhere else. I think I might have had like a couple kids items that sold on whatnot, but nothing significant. So this also will include the stuff that sold in my first 3 shows on Poshmark. It's done pretty well, to be honest. I've been trying to pick my times very strategically when there's not like a million other shows going on. So we'll see. I'm going to have to keep figuring it out. I do think at some point there will be a time when it won't work as well anymore because there's going to be a lot of people doing it again. It's kind of, I think, turned into whatnot where everyone's going to start undercutting each other. There's already some people doing that. Morning, Elena. So I do think at some point the Posh shows won't be as good just because it's in beta, so there's not that many people on it yet. So there's more people watching. It's new, it's exciting, that sort of thing. As it kind of wears on, I think it is going to fall off a little bit. That's my personal opinion. And I do think people are going to start like undercutting other people, and trying to do these low starts and trying to get stuff like that. And I am not about that life. I'm not going to start things at like $5 or $3 unless it's like maybe a kid's item, but never $3. $5 would be probably the minimum I would start anything at on a Posh show. Yeah, it is going to depend on how they control the shows. But if you look right now, especially like last night, I was on at 6, and I picked that time specifically because there was like a 3:30 show and a 7 o'clock show. There was nothing in between. So I had a whole hour where it was literally technically just me. I don't know if there's other shows that were finishing up, but it was just me. And then starting at like 7:38 last night, I think there was like a million shows. There were so many people on at the same time. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, just based on, like maybe people will jump show to show. I'm not sure how that would work. I do know now, I know we talked the other day on Instagram, but I do now on the app, you can see everything that's that the people are selling. I think they changed that after I asked you about it. So that is good. You can actually see the items. And so people can start being like, hey, I want you to run blah, 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 which I did a lot of last night in my show. Tonight, I'm going to have another show. It's going to be really fun. It's Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, which are now all under the Disney umbrella. So I'm very excited for that show. I've got some vintage stuff and some other things too. So I'm really excited for that. But this is going to be really long. So I am going to get right into what's sold. And it's a long list this week because of the Posh shows that I've done. So the first sale was this Assets Red Hot Label by Spanx black shapewear dress, size 1X. It did sell for $20 on an offer. I ended up making $15.36 on it. And it took about 4 to 6 months to sell. Did have a lot of likes. It was relisted at least once. And I think it just took the right offer for it to finally sell. Nothing like super exciting, but Spanx eventually will sell. Yeah, I know. That is something I was wondering about, because like I kind of want to look and see like who's keeping track of like what's coming up. Because like a whatnot, you can bookmark. They do need to do something like that so you can kind of keep track of that. But I don't know. I sent them a big long, they sent me like a thing to tell me how it went after my first show. And so I did have a lot of comments for them, especially the bundling thing is a big one. Our next sale is this Beach Lunch Lounge collection, boho bell sleeve floral blouse, size large. It's really cute. And it did have like an off the shoulder and smocking. And then it did have these really cute little bell sleeves at the bottom. And this did sell for $28. I ended up making $20.03 on it, and it took about 4 months to sell. I've been seeing like Beach Lunch Lounges, I feel like coming back, or people are liking it more lately. I don't know, but I did sell Beach Lunch Lounge dress, which is coming up later in my show last night. So I do like the brand. They have really cute stuff. Our next sale was something that could have been in my show tonight, but it will not be because it's already sold. It is this Star Wars Boba Fett polo shirt, size extra, extra, extra large, and it has the Mandalorian crest embroidered on it. It did have some flaws. I picked it up because I was really excited about it because it was a really cool shirt. This was the tag, which is a really fun tag. But it did have some, which I didn't notice till later. It had some like fading in the armpit areas. And there was something else too. I don't remember now, but it did have a couple little flaws, but they did buy it for $20. I ended up making $13.56 on it. It took about 4 months to sell, and they did give me a 5-star rating. So I was happy with that. I do try, like, if there is any issues, like really oversell the issues so that people are happier, like if it looks better than they thought it was going to. Next, I sold this Jen & Co. green brown faux crocodile bucket bag, and it had this really fun herringbone interior. I did sell another Jen & Co. bag in the last What Sold video, and then this one sold. I was super happy. That is what the inside looked like. But this was sold for $26. I ended up making $19.08. It took 3 to 4 months to sell, and I did get this for free. So, free inventory is always welcome. Anyone that's watching that wants to give me anything. All right. Next, we have Kids Disney Parks. I'm just here for the snacks. It's a Mickey pretzel, popcorn, and pizza t-shirt, size large, kids. This did sell for $15. I was really happy with it. It did sell with a shipping discount, so I only made $9.56 on it. It took only a couple months to sell, but it is a kid's shirt, and so that's a really good profit for me for a kid's item. And I am trying to pick up a lot more of the Disney like parks type stuff or the Disney store, because those Disney store is no longer around. And the Disney park stuff, I mean, if you buy in park, this shirt was probably at least $20 at least. I never heard of Jen & Co. either, but I had 2 purses and both of them sold pretty well. They were bigger purses though. So I don't know if that had to do with it or just the style, but they were cute and I got them for free. So next, I did a closet clear out deal on this Tommy Hilfiger blue denim jean skirt, size 6. It sold for $18 with closet clear out. I ended up making $14.12 on it, and it took 1 year and 4 months to sell. I had it for quite a while, so I was very excited when it sold on a closet clear out. Actually had 2 closet clear outs. I think the next one is also closet clear out. This was last weekend. So I cleared these out as well. The La Sportiva leather hiking boots, tan Gore-Tex, Vibram impact brake system, size 7. I sent an offer with closet clear out. I said, hey, I will drop the price to $50. And she's like, really? That would be awesome. I need these for work. And so she bought them for $50. I ended up making $38.64 on these, but they did take about 9 to 10 months to sell. They've been relisted at least once or twice, probably. Next, I sold a tie, and it was the Hermes tie, Hermes Paris silk tie, blue black, but it had flaws. So I listed it lower. The flaws were, let me see if I can show you. Someone had like stitched the back of it together and it was missing the tag, but it did have this on it. Or you can kind of see where it's been stitched. But it's still got an offer for $30, which I was super happy with. This was a bins pickup. So I ended up making $22.97 on this tie, and it sold within less than 24 hours after I listed it. So it was a super fast flip as well, which is always welcome. Well, that's good. I sent out like last weekend about 100 messages, and I got 2 sales out of it. So I don't do it very often now because it just takes so much time. But occasionally it's good to get a closet clear out. Next, I sold this Lucky Brand pink and blue floral padded bra, size large. They sent me an offer for 8. I came back at 15, and they came back at 9, and I was like, just take it, whatever. So I did get $9 for this. Was hoping for a little bit more. I made $5.21, but it did sell in less than 24 hours after listing it. So it was a very fast flip. So that's why I was a little bit more willing to take the lower offer. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes they'll extend the closet clear out to Mondays. Like they might tomorrow because it's a holiday. So next is the first item I sold in my first Poshmark show. It's this Free People Darling Diana blue crochet lace plaid puff sleeve blouse, size small. It sold for $25. I ended up making $19.10 on it, but it did take 1 year and 6 months to sell. So that was something I was super happy to see go. You'll notice a lot of the stuff that I sold in my first show. Definitely I've had for quite a while, so I was very happy that it sold. The next was this Central Park West black wrap front blouse, size small. It sold for $15. I ended up making $10.24 on it, and it took a year and a month to sell. So I was like, bye, Felicia. The same, oh, whoops. Messed up. Let's see. Next was T. Tahari pink exposed seam blazer, size 6. This sold for $25. I ended up making $18.24 on it, but again, it took a year and a month to sell. Those are both from the dreaded ThredUp box that I got that I hated. So very excited to finally get some sales from that box. Oh, stupid ThredUp box. Next is Last Kiss. Is a buffalo check plaid hooded vest, faux fur, like around the hood. And it sold for $15. Unfortunately, the lady said it didn't fit, so she is going to reposh it, but that's okay. I made $11.05 on it, and it took 1 year and 8 months to sell. So that was, again, a lot of these I'm just like, thank you for buying it. I hope you love it. Next were a pair of Joe's jeans, vintage series 1971, Zap jeans, flare. These sold it for $20. I ended up making $15.39 on them, but they did take 1 year and 2 months to sell. Unfortunately, they did not fit, I guess, the person that bought them. And so they already reposhed them. And as an aside, there is a way for you to actually like look up who's reposhing your stuff. I found this out. I forget how I found this out, honestly. But if you go to the search in like in Poshmark, if you go to the search for listings and you put in your screen name, it'll come up with all the things that people have reposhed from you, which it looks like there's a bunch right now for me. I'll have to look at that more later. But there was like 5 the other day and there's a couple more now. Anyway, that's just a little, yeah, just search by your name, whatever your Poshmark name is. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny to see it. And like sometimes there's a reason and sometimes there's not a reason, but let's see. I can share mine really quickly, I think. Let's see. I just pulled it up. So, this is like my screen name, Doctor Jen. And then these are the items that I've sold in the past that people have now reposhed. So, it's just funny. Like the bathing suit, her description said I only wore it once, like different things like that. It's just funny, interesting to look at. 25, holy moly. That's a lot. Our next sale was this Cabby shaggy gray taupe faux fur vest. It had alpaca and mohair in it, and it sold for $17. I made $13 on it, and it sold within 3 to 4 months of me listing it. They did love it. They thought they already did a rating and stuff for me. I will say most of my stuff I sold in my first Posh show, and most of them are coming up with 5 stars, which I'm really excited about. I just want everyone to love what they got. Next that sold was this Foxcroft Holiday Tartan Plaid button-down shirt, size 8. It was like one of those like no wrinkle, I think. Yeah, wrinkle-free. And it sold for $16. I ended up making $11.68 on it, and it took a year and a month to sell. So another one I was happy to see go, and it'll be great holiday shirt this year. Oh yeah, that's true. If you have a formal gown, that might just be a one-time thing. You don't need to keep like 100 formal gowns in your closet. I don't even know if I have one at this point. Next, I sold these Steve Madden Tepia high top suede fringe sneakers. They sold for $17. I ended up making $12.99 on them, and they took 1 year and a month to sell as well. So I was happy with that. Next, the jeans. I've had these forever. And the person that ended up buying them in my Posh show was like so excited. They love them. So I'm really happy about that. I'm glad I didn't redonate them. They are 9 West stud rhinestone Y2K slim boyfriend jeans, medium wash, size 8. They sold for $20. I ended up making $14 on them approximately, and I've had them listed for at least 2 years. But they're really cute. They had on the fronts of them all these like stud and rhinestone details. You can see there, really cool jeans. So I'm glad they found a new home because they were really fun. I feel like most of the people are trying to get money back and more when they resell stuff. So after my first Posh show, that night I had someone like this Forever 21 watercolor high-low kimono, size medium. And they bought it at full price for $18. I was actually going to send them an offer, and then they had already bought it. So I was like, okay. So I ended up making $13.49 on this, but it did take 1 year and 3 months to sell. I do like these like kimono wraps. I've been doing really well with them, but that was a really long time to have one of those. So I don't know. Forever 21 is hit or miss, I feel like sometimes. So our next sale was a bundle of 2 items, and it included these deer foam black quilted front slippers, size large. The bundle sold for $20 total. The slippers, I ended up making $5.99, and they took 3 months to sell. And then the other item was actually a kid's item. Yeah, normally I do avoid Forever 21, but I really thought that was pretty. So, you know. The second item was this Marvel superhero sweatshirt, size 3T, Captain America, Spider-Man, Venom, Thor. It was new with tags, and it sold in the bundle. So on this one, I ended up making $6.86, and it did only take a month to sell. And that was something I had picked up when I went to LA at the bins out there. So I have sold a couple things now from my LA trip. Next, we have Under Armour. I got this for free from a friend. It's an Under Armour cold gear fitted quarter zip jacket, sweater, size large, gray, and it sold for $24. I ended up making $17.48, and I think it took about 4 to 5 months to sell. It didn't have a lot of activity on it, but it was really nice. It looked almost brand new. A friend of mine had some inventory that she decided she wasn't going to sell anymore, and then she gave it all to me. So I'll take it. This is a Mighty Bright Sidekick LED book light, black, new in box. This is something I found at the bins in Florida. It sold for $12 with a shipping discount. I made $6.52 on it. It took about 9 months to sell. I probably would not pick up something like this again. Our next sale, I've got like a ton more. Sorry, guys. This is going to be really long. I mean, good for me, but next sold this army green handbag Doctor satchel purse, and sold for $18. I was a little disappointed, but I've had this for a year and 3 months, so I accepted the offer, and I ended up making $13.67 on it. So, I mean, it did make money, but it was a really cool purse. It had like this, let me see if the video. It had like a double closure, me trying to open it with one hand while filming. It was a really cool purse. It felt like leather, but there were no tags, and I couldn't tell what the brand was, but it was a really cool purse. I'm glad it sold to someone that's hopefully going to love it. Next, I sold this vintage pair of Caro Duplat gold colored rope heart design metal clip-on earrings. These are actually, I think, some of the stuff that my ex left here that I'm trying to get some money out of. They were really cool. They were marked. That's why I knew what they were. That is the mark there. And really cool. Someone offered me $20. I was like, I can't say no. So I ended up making $16 on these, and they sold within 1 to 2 months of me listing them. I actually showed these on Whatnot and started them like at like $2 or something, and no one bought them, and I'm really glad they didn't. So all right, guys, let's see. So next is my start of my second Poshmark show. I did, what's it called? I did activewear was my second show. So I sold this Zaya swirl tank, rust colored, size small. The reason they call it swirl tank is because there's a really cute detail on the back. It has like this little knot on the back. It sold for $12 or something I got for free from a friend. I ended up making it $9.05 on it, and it sold within like 1 to 2 months of me listing it, which is great. It's a really comfortable tank. Next, I sold a couple Victoria's Sport things, but this is a Victoria's Sport by Victoria's Secret gray silver spell out sweatshirt, size medium. It sold for $15. I ended up making $11.39 on it, and it took about 11 months to sell. So I was happy to see that go to a new home. Then our next one was another Victoria's Secret Sport, and it was a cage front strappy back sports bra, size large. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. And it had like these cutouts on the front, and then it did have like some strappy details on the back as well. It sold for $15. This is something I'd paid up a little bit for. So I made $10.48, and it took about 8 months to sell. Next was a Lululemon. I sold a Lululemon little cool racerback tank top. Whammo camo was the color, barely pink, size 2 based on measurements. And it was a longer style. It sold for $24. I ended up making $18.36 on it, and it sold a week after I listed it because I did only listed about a week ahead of time. I got it in one of my Greensboro trips recently. I'd found it there. I almost just shut down this whole show. Too many clicking. All right. Next was this Betsy Johnson Performance Maroon Crushed Velour Cowl Neck Sweatshirt, size medium. It sold for $24. I ended up making $18.37 on it, and it sold within 1 to 2 months of listing it. It was so pretty and so soft. It would have been something I would have liked to have worn if it would have been my size. Very comfy, cozy. Next was something I got at a closeout sale at, I think it was a Clothes Mentor. This is Zobha Racerback built-in bra workout tank top, size 2. It sold for $12. I ended up making $8.05 on it. It took a year and 3 months to sell. So not something I would probably pick up again. Next, we're getting down. Next, I sold an ASOS 4505 black sports bra, size US 10. I think I accidentally started this a little bit low on price, but it is what it is. I ended up selling it for $12. I made $8.61 on it, and it took about 10 to 11 months to sell. So it was another, like, you can tell a lot of these, I'm like, woohoo! Take it away. My dad recently, I was, complaining. I don't know if I was complaining, but I was saying, I got like a low offer on something. I ended up taking it. And he's like, you can always buy more stuff. So now it's like kind of in my head. I'm like, you can always get more stuff. So it's not like you're ever going to run out. Especially with the bins so close. All right. Next, I sold these Nike Air women's leggings, green, size extra large. This is another thing I had paid up a little bit for, but they were really cool. They had a spell out down the side and pockets, and they sold for $29 and making $21.68, and they sold within less than 6 months of me listing them. This is actually a funny story. So I'd been talking with a girl who wanted these leggings for a while. Like, she kept liking them. And I sent her an offer, and she wanted me to send the offer again. And I was trying to figure out how. And I finally did send her the offer again. But I had already said, hey, I can do these tomorrow at Closet Clear Out for $30. And she's like, oh, I'll just wait till tomorrow. And then she never bought them. So they sold for $29, which is like $1 less. I was pretty happy with that. Moral of the story, they still sold to someone. All right. Next were these Zenana Outfitters gray tummy control capri leggings, size large, extra large. And they had these cute cutout details on the side of them. These were new in package, and I did take them out to show them during the show. But they got these in a mystery box that I got off Poshmark when I had some credits. So these sold for $15. So I ended up making $9.99 on them, and they took about 3 months to sell, which isn't bad. I don't know if they would have sold that quickly if I hadn't, put them in the show. Next is a really cute piece that I've had so many likers on, and it just never sold. So I did sell during my Posh show. Nike black and white crop sweatshirt hoodie, size large, spell out logo. It sold for $22. I ended up making $17.06 on it, but it did take a year and 3 months to sell. Like I said, I kept relisting it and I kept getting all these likers, but like no one ever bought it. So I don't know. Yeah, I see it a lot too. And I have a couple things listed I've gotten for free, but I don't specifically pick it up anymore because it hasn't done that well normally. It doesn't sell for very much usually if it does sell, like 10 to 15 so far that I've seen. Next, I sold these Nike running athletic shorts, pink mesh detail, size medium. I had 3 pairs of these. I had a extra small, and a medium, and the medium is the only one that sold in my Posh show. I might do a whatnot and run the other 2 pairs there and see if I can sell them, but I don't know yet. I don't know when I'm going to have time because I'm about to start hell month with work. I'm going to be traveling a bunch and going to a clinic and staying in a hotel and stuff. So I'm just like not in the mood for it. But these sold for $15. I made $11.21, and they took a little over 6 months probably to sell. So the next sale isn't in here. Someone purchased a Athleta sports bra, and then they messaged me afterwards. And they said, "Hey, I didn't mean to buy that, but I don't want you to lose out money. So if you're willing to like switch out something else." Hey, Tiffany, what's up? They're like, if you're willing to switch out something else with it, then I'll still purchase, I'll still just have that $22 or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. So they ended up buying a robe, and I've just added a scarf to the bundle just so that because they were really nice. And so hopefully there's no issues with that, but I relisted the sports bra now. But I didn't have that in my show stuff because it wasn't really technically sold. I just marked it as not for sale in my closet. So that was another sale from my Posh show, but they messed up, I guess. I don't know. I've had cancellations in my first 2 Posh shows. So far, my 3rd show, no cancellations. I did do some shipping things with one of the things, but next was the Making of Harry Potter Experience, a London Gryffindor emblem patch scarf. It sold on an offer for $29, which I was super happy with. And I ended up making $22.36 on the scarf, and it sold in less than a week after I listed it. So Harry Potter stuff is always a yes for me. All right. Next, you've got an Old Navy top that was from my closet. Old Navy long sleeve raglan t-shirt, lost at sea, color size extra, extra large, sold for $12. I didn't really make anything on it because it's from my closet, but it did sell within 2 to 3 months of me listing it. I think someone had sent me that offer, the $12 offer. And then our next sale, Tiffany told me I needed to take. I didn't want to take this low amount, but I sold this Chico's multicolored animal print button front blouse, size 2, 12-14, for $17 on an offer. It was so pretty. This is really gorgeous, like rainbowy animal print. Most of my Chico stuff lately is selling for $20 or more. So I was a little sad, but I did make $12.76 on it, and it did only take 1 to 2 weeks to sell. So I, my soul hurt a little bit, but I took the offer. You said you had nothing in your death pile. Lies. You're like, I need to go to the bands. I have nothing to list. I did survive. I did survive that listing. This is the next one that I was not super happy about accepting, but I did. These Donald J. Pliner Denny Loafer Black 10 medium sparkly party shoes. They were very sparkly. And someone asked me if they were true to size. And I was like, I am honestly not sure. You can check the website and see what they say. So those people ended up offering me 25, which I had them listed for 50. I ended up taking it just to make a sale. And hopefully, I always hope like if I do that, then like other sales will come in. But they ended up selling for 25. I made $19.35 on them, and it did take a year and 5 months to sell. So I did want to get rid of them as well, but you know, standard sometimes. Sorry, Tiffany, I'm calling you out. Let's see. All right, next, this is my show from last night. My Posh show I did last night. It was all new with tags items. It went really well. I'm really happy with it. The first item to sell was this Heft 100% viscose multi-design cover-up kimono style open front, one size fits most. It had animal print, it had polka dots, it had floral, it had everything on it. It was a really cool piece. There was actually a little bit of a bidding war on it, and it did end up selling for $21. I made $15.97 on it, and it took about 3 months to sell. I would definitely pick up that again. Just based on style, I would pick up that again. Next I sold a Banana Republic skirt. This is, I think I got in like a Close Them Tour sale or something, or the buyout. I don't remember. But it was Banana Republic knit tribal stripe pattern skirt, new with tags. It was a size 14. It ended up selling for $20. And I ended up making $14.70 on it. But it did take 1 year and 3 months to sell. So again, that was another one I was really happy with. You can tell a lot of the stuff in here is like I've had for a while. So I was like, yes, take my stuff. Next was a cool Invoke long sleeve Brevard College gray extra large button up women's shirt. This one also I think had a couple people bidding on it, but it ended up selling for $31. I ended up making $24.04 on it, and sold within like 8 to 6 months of me listing it. I think I had it for a lot longer than that, but then it ended up in my death pile, and I just finally listed it. You know how that goes. All right. I do have a lot of stuff I need to list. Next sale was this DB Moon large floral design pink navy dress, size medium. Sold for $16. This is something I got for free. And so I ended up making $12.80 on it. And it did take quite a while for that to sell. Probably at least a year. Probably. I actually tried to sell that on Whatnot as well, and it didn't even sell. Are you talking about the cool shirt? I think the cool shirt may be something that you gave me. Because you're like, I don't know, it says Brevard College or something. I think that's what you said. And I was like, it's cool. That's all you need. Like the brand. Someone actually asked specifically for me to run that last night. Next, I sold this American Eagle distressed denim tote bag. This is something I've had for a really long time. It sold for $15, and it took a year and 8 months to sell. I made $10.41 on it. I don't think I would pick that up again. Unless it was for something like this, I guess, where it was like a new tag sale. I don't know. Probably wouldn't pick it up again. So yeah, I think, well, you're doing a jacket show. You could maybe do the cool fleece on your jacket show, Elena. I bet it will sell. Next is something really fun. The Sebi Collection Burgundy Faux Fur Knit Vest, size large. I had a small one too. The small one didn't sell, but this one did. And it sold for $22, and I'm making $15.60 on it. I couldn't find it in my inventory lists anywhere. I found the size small one, but I don't know where this one is. So I have no idea how long it's been listed, but it's been listed for quite a while. I don't know where, I don't know if it was in my papers or I don't know. It got lost somewhere in my inventory. Next is this Kiwi anthracite dark silver high-low crop top, bell sleeve, size 36 or size small. This sold for $19. I actually ran it and no one wanted it, and then someone asked for it later on and bought it. This I got for free from my sister-in-law. And I'm making $15.20 on it. It took about 6 months for it to sell. And then we're coming up on my favorite sale of the night. That is honestly, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus sale. This is a New Tags Rachel Roy pink velour maxi dress, tie-dye, size large, that I've had for, 2 years. I bought retail arbitrage, so I paid up a lot for it. And I was like, why does no one want this dress? It is so cute. So I ran it in a Posh show, my first Posh show. My first Posh show. I ran it because I was like, let me see if I can just get rid of it. No one wanted it. They didn't want it at the start price. I was like, fine. So then this was the New Tag show. So I'm like, I'm running it again in the New Tag show. And there was a bidding war for it. I was tickled. I was like, oh my gosh, people love it. So it ended up selling for $42, and I was so happy. I made $25.47 on it. And like I said, it took 2 years. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's finally selling. It's like a surreal experience. And next I sold another Rachel Roy dress I got for free from a friend. It was also New Tags. This one sold. It was the Rachel Roy love letter graffiti print design black dress, size 12. Sold for $29. And I'm making $23.20 on it. And it's sold at about 6 months-ish. So next, we're still on our Posh show last night, was this Beach Lunch Lounge Sky Bayberry animal print dress, size large. Really cute dress. It was like a maroonish color with black animal print. Sold for $22. And I'm making $17.16. It did take about 11 months to sell though, so it took a while. But I'm hoping all these are good sales there. None of this stuff can go out till Tuesday though, so I'm gonna have a ginormous pile of stuff to take to the post office Tuesday, because hopefully I have some more sales tonight in my Disney show. We will see. Fingers crossed. Next, I sold this J. Crew mercantile wool black ruffle skirt, size 2. Someone asked for a measurement. I did it on screen, and they bought it based on the measurement. So I'm really hoping that this fits them, because they're like, I'm buying this based on the measurement. I'm like, well, that's never a good thing for me. But this sold for $17. I made $12.10. Took a year and 3 months to sell. This is another one I think I picked up at a close mentor, going out of business sale or something like that. All right. So next was a bundle. I ended up, they actually messaged me after the show and were asking if I could do one shipping. So what I ended up doing is putting copies of each of these into a bundle. And then having them buy the bundle and then canceling the 2 listings from the show afterwards. So it worked. We'll see how it goes, but it's not something I want to do a lot of, because it does take a lot of time. But they asked specifically, so I was happy to do it. So the first item was this Sunny Lay ivory sleeveless top, size extra large. Like I said, everything was new with tags. It sold for $12. I ended up making $4.10 because I did pay up for this a long time ago. Like it's been at least 2 years, probably longer, that I got that shirt. So I was happy to see it go. And then the other item was these J. Jill faux suede acorn ankle leggings, size large petite, and they sold it for $27. Ended up making $22.03 on those, and those took over a year and 2 months to sell. So again, happy with those sales being gone. And then I think that's it for the last Posh show. And then after the Posh show last night, I had 2 sales. The first were these American Eagle brown ankle boot straps, size 11, which I did actually do in a Posh show. They didn't sell in the Posh show, but they did sell afterwards, like a couple days later. And they sold for $19. I ended up making $12.09. Again, these took about 2 years to sell. So again, I was super happy to see those go. There's like some of this stuff, it was like on the verge of like, do I just redonate it? Because I'm just tired of looking at it. Well, I hope you can come. It'll be a fun show. I've got some really interesting things tonight for the Disney stuff. Then I sold this Artelier Nicole Miller ruche detail dress, size 10. It was a linen blend. Someone sent me an offer for $45, which I decided was happy with after I just made all those sales in my Posh show. So I accepted a $45 offer, and I ended up making $35.15 on it, and it sold within a couple months of me listing it. So definitely happy with that. And then the last sale, holy moly, the last sale of the last 2 weeks was a kids item. Sold this morning, and it was really cute. This Baby Essentials Baby's First Thanksgiving romper turkey, size 3 months, and it came with a little turkey hat, which is so cute. Your little turkey head, and then it had the little like my first Thanksgiving on the front. It ended up selling for $12. I made $6.70, and I just listed a couple weeks ago, so it was a really fast flip too. But I had to list it because, Thanksgiving is coming up not too long. So, okay. Oh my gosh, this is almost an hour. All my videos lately have been really long. I got to start doing some shorter ones. Anyway, that is our sales for the last 2 weeks. I'm very tired now. I do now have to get everything ready for my Disney show tonight. It does take a little bit of time because you do have, for me, I'm pulling stuff out of inventory, and then also you have to make everything not for sale, which takes a while, and changing the prices and all that stuff. So I will see you tonight if you guys decide to come to my Posh sale. I will not be having another one for a couple weeks. I decided to do a jacket sale, but it's not going to be like winter jackets. It's more like blazers, art to wear jackets, stuff like that. And some vintage jackets, like vintage blazers. I'm going to be doing that Tuesday, the 18th, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, Tuesday, the 18th of October, after tonight will be my next show, because this week is just vet work. So I won't have a lot of time. I do need to do some photographing so I can list while I'm out of town. But thank you for coming and seeing what sold. It was a long one. I'll see you tonight, or I'll see you on my next video. As always, help control the pet population and have your pets spayed or neutered. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Thank you.